And it's time for the news. Now for our first story. It's been raging on, and we'll have it better placed in our discussion segment this morning. But we do know this because former Deputy Minister of Education and Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has denied knowledge of scholarships awarded members of Parliament by GETFUND while he was in office. The Member of Parliament for North Tongue also says his ministry was not aware that GETFUND had taken over the administration of scholarships from the Scholarship Secretariat, a move flagged by the Auditor General in his latest report as being illegal. Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa, who has been describing details of the performance audit report as disappointing, says members of Parliament who are GETFUND scholarship beneficiaries, both past and present, must refund monies given them for their education.
An embarrassing audit report, unconscionable, a sad day for public office. It's not the kind of audit report that gives public office a good name. And we have to be honest about that, especially on this day, the 24th of February, where we commemorate Ghana's Day of Shame. There are many factual inaccuracies with this GETFUND statement. First of all, Section 22E of Act 581, the statement refuses to quote the provision in full. Let's read the provision in full. It stipulates to provide monies to support such other educational activities and programs for the promotion of education as the minister in consultation with the board may determine. If you go to the interpretation section of this act, the minister is the Minister of Education. I have checked. I was at the ministry. I was in charge of tertiary education. At no point did these requests come to us for approval. So the Minister of Education ought to have approved this. These approvals have not been granted. The second point that has to be made, and which is the other factual inaccuracy, is the claim that nobody under the current administration has received scholarships in terms of high-ranking public officials. The Honorable Adjo Safo's scholarship is under this administration. You have the Honorable Mavis, the Honorable Mavis in Kansa Bwedu. Her scholarship was under this administration. You take the Honorable Minister responsible for Employment and Labor Relations. It was under this administration. But you see, I don't want us to begin to engage in extreme partisanship and then the principles are lost. The fundamental principle, which I have been espousing right from the beginning of this discussion, is that at no point should members of Parliament qualify for this scholarship, whether home or abroad. It's unconscionable. It's unacceptable. Ministers of state. Look, these are scholarships for the poor masses. We should be working to create more opportunities because these scholarships are woefully inadequate. Look, I served at the Ministry of Education. I can tell you that every year, less than 10% of those who apply for these scholarships get it. Less than 10% because the resources are not adequate. And there's so many deserving, gifted and needy students who can't get it because, as you notice from the audit report, even there were budget overruns by 200%, 300%. It tells you that the allocations were not enough. So we should not encourage a situation where people in high office, who should rather create more opportunities for the poor, for the masses, rather come and scramble with them. I would have thought that members of Parliament would rather be helping, leading the way so that their constituents, their poor folks they represent in Parliament will get these opportunities and not be taking it themselves. So the principle must be established that, look, all members of Parliament, ministers of state, you must stay away. And those who have gone to benefit should be thinking about refunding those fees and those living expenses. It's totally wrong. It's unethical. As I've told you, the GETFUND operated largely independently, and I think that with the benefit of hindsight, we allowed them to arrogate too much power and authority, and did not carry out the oversight that we needed to carry out. And remember that a lot of these things, if they don't report, that's why you have the inherent checks and balances. For example, how will I know as Deputy Minister of Education that an MP has received a scholarship? If GETFUND does not tell me, if GETFUND does not write to the ministry seeking approval, as the law expects them to do, Section 22E, there's no way we would know. It's only an audit, as we have seen, that will reveal that. Because we are the Ministry of Education. We are not in charge